Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing tonight? Good? Good? Alright, you guys know who you're here for. We have Tara Klein here. You guys have any questions? I'm assuming you will ask her. You guys know the book. Also, a quick little announcement. Tomorrow on Sunday, there will be a Sasuke and Tanamari costume contest. So if any of you are interested, we'll have a Sasuke or a Tanamari cosplay. She will be spearheading it as well.
With Yuri Longball.
With Yuri. We will have the official time schedule available, so ask anyone who's wearing a red staff shirt and they'll be willing to help you out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here you are, Tara Platt.
How are you guys doing? Good. Good. Thank you for welcoming me to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's very exciting. I'm sorry while I get this ready. I was just going to be healthy from all the traveling on the airplane yesterday. Trying to make sure I'm getting healthy vitamin C. So, as you already know, I play Tamari on Naruto, which is a fantastic show. It definitely has something for everyone. Did you see how exciting that was? Suddenly it was like this drum roll, and it sounded like I was going to say something very interesting. I wish I could live up to that. But you guys probably actually know more about the show than I do. I do enjoy the show and I do watch it whenever I get the chance, but you probably have read the manga and have even perhaps watched some of the episodes from Japan ahead of where we've recorded. So you're welcome to ask me questions, but I might just not know the answer and I might have to defer to you guys. That's also very important. So I guess the best thing to do is see if you guys just want to start a little conversation, and you guys can ask me questions and I'll do my best to answer it, and you can ask me anything you want to ask me and I'll try to be as honest as I can, and then I might tell you stories as we go, and that'll be that. So just feel free to raise your hand or yes.
How did you become a voice actor?
Great question. I became a voice actor because I had already been acting. I had decided, you'll get a story now. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. I really thought that I wanted to be a doctor. It was very important to me to do that. And growing up, I actually watched my dad become a doctor because he had a midlife crisis and went back to med school and residency, and now he's a doctor. And so watching my dad go through all of that, I was like, wow, that's a lot of work. And I still was sort of dedicated. I was really passionate about physics and science and math. I'm a little nerd. And so I really wanted to do that with my life. And I started going to see theater with my mom when I was like 8 or 9. And in watching all the different plays, I was like, that looks like fun. There's kids in those shows. They're having fun. I want to do that. So I auditioned and I started acting. And once I sort of got bit by the acting bug, there was no turning back. I was like, this is what I want to do. So I actually pursued acting all through college. I got a degree. I got a BFA in theater from Rutgers and the London Academy of Theater. And then I moved to New York, and I was in off-Broadway shows and doing independent films, and I moved out to Los Angeles to do that. And when I was in LA, Yuri and I by then had met each other and had gotten married. For those of you that don't know, Yuri is the voice actor that plays Sasuke, and we're married. And so we had moved to Los Angeles, and we were acting in Los Angeles, and we sort of looked at each other one day, and I said, you know that voice acting thing, what's that all about? That's a realm of acting we haven't done. We've done stage, we've done television, we've done theater. This voiceover thing. And we actually took a class, and we made our voiceover demo reels, and we started sending it out, and shortly after that we started booking voiceover jobs, and that's how we really got into voice acting. But we hadn't started out on a path to become voice actors. It sort of, we were already acting, we were already actors, we were already sort of becoming more established doing that, and then from there we sort of fell into voiceover. So does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yes?
Maybe we'll start anything at the end.
I'm sorry, this is very loud. What did you just say?
We start anything at the end.
Can I sign stuff at the end? Absolutely. Yeah, I could definitely do some signing stuff. Oh my goodness. Am I being attacked? Do I need to do something? Do I need to use Winside Juice? I don't even have a fan. Thank you for laughing. I appreciate it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That is fantastic.
Thank you.
I hope you guys are going to the cosplay event later. That's awesome. Did you guys want to say something? I don't know. You just look so impressive. You look far more impressive than me. Yes, you have a question. Okay, I think I understand your question. And I'm also going to be hello, Genie. No, I'm not really. Your question is basically, when we do the dub sessions, how does it work? Are we doing one episode at a time? Are we doing multiple episodes in a row? And basically the answer is, we do one episode at a time, but we can do multiple episodes in one session. A typical voiceover session is 2 hours or 4 hours long. I mean, sometimes you go for less time than that if you don't have any more loops. A loop is a line. And if you don't have any more loops, sometimes you might only go for an hour or a half hour if you just have a quick pickup or just a few lines in an episode. But they try, to the best of their ability, the production company, whatever show you're working on, they try to front load it so that if they're doing a whole series of 26 episodes, they try to get it out multiple episodes at a time. So they might have already written out all the scripts into the English dub, up to 5 scripts in advance. And so that way they know you've got 12 loops in this line, in this episode, you've got 60 loops in this episode, you've got 47 loops in this episode. So they know your character, how many loops they have, which episodes you're in, which episodes you're not in. They sort of have all that information sort of pre-scheduled out. So when they book you, they can book you and go, oh, you've got 46 loops, so we're going to try to squeeze you into an hour and a half, or, you know, like they'll try to figure out what they think is going to work best. And if you have a lot of loops for a lot of shows on the episode, like, for example, if you're the main character, they might know that you're naturally going to have 100 to 200 loops per episode, so they're going to have to give you a full 4-hour session just to get one episode done. But if you're one of the more, one of the smaller sort of incidental auxiliary characters, you might only have a few loops per episode, so they can come in, you can come in and in a 2-hour session you can go through 5 episodes. So it really just depends on the size of the character, how many lines you have per episode as that character, because certain episodes will focus more on one storyline than another, and so in that circumstance you might have an episode that's all about you, and so you have a lot more loops or a lot more to do in that. And even an effort counts as a loop. A loop doesn't just have to be, hey, how's it going, what are you up to? A loop could be, you know, I mean, it's a fight sound, and that's still an effort that has to match mouth flap or be off-screen that's based on what the original Japanese sort of has in it. Great question. Yes?
So since you said that, I mean, you could do like 5 episodes in a 2-hour, whereas another person can do like only 1 if they have more lines. So do you do them independently, or?
Yes, okay, yes. So your question is, I'm just repeating in case people can't hear, so I'm sorry if I bore you.
Okay.
The question is, some people can do 5 episodes in one session, some people can only do 1 episode in a session depending on the number of lines they have. Does that mean that we're all recording separately? And with dub, with any Japanese original show, or any other language show, I mean, sometimes there's shows that originate in Italy, I mean, there's lots of other shows that are spoken in other languages that are animated, that originate in other countries, that are brought into the United States and dubbed into English. With any dub show that I've heard of, for the most part, and this even includes video games, what they will do is they will have each actor come in and do their characters separately, because it's too difficult when you're trying to match mouth flap and timing and emotional arc and keep everything together to have multiple actors recording simultaneously. When you're doing original animation, it's much easier to actually have people work off of each other because you're not having to match mouth flap. You're generating the emotional arc of the character on your own based on your own acting choices, and you're not having to worry about what's already been created and staying true to that. And so with dub, you tend to work individually, and with original, you tend to work separately. Yes, Mr. Yuri Lone.